We will get Avon's date next week, which will also turn into the Men Tell All. But they showed a preview for the next few weeks, as they always do. And it does seem like there's a moment where Rachel might be gearing up for an engagement and Jesse Palmer's like, Gabby's not here and she's not coming. Which felt like, are they really telling us what's happening? Or
right, because that's been our prediction, not that specific prediction, but that situation has kind of been what we have predicted.
Right. Are they trying to make us think that Gabby leaves alone and they're really pushing that narrative, and when she actually, maybe she leaves with someone but she's not engaged?
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
I think she leaves maybe even like a little bit earlier than everybody anticipates with an Eric. And they're just like, you know, we're just not ready for an engagement. We're going to try and take this a little bit slower. I don't know if the moment felt big in the preview, but it might not be nearly as big as they're presenting it to be, which is what you do with the teaser.
And I'll be honest, I think Gabby would be pretty happy with that.
I think so too.
Yeah. I feel like Gabby hasn't been so hardcore on, I need this to end in an engagement, as much as it felt like Rachel has, or Rachel wants. So if Rachel is in that situation and gets it, I mean, I don't really know how else to interpret that clip. Then that's what happens. It really did feel like that was a final moment, unless they were gearing up for some rose ceremony where she was really dressed up.
Because I didn't think that looked like an engagement. Like,
it looked like, to me, it looked like she was going to the place where she gets out of the car, they talk to Jesse, she walks to whatever beautiful location she stands in and waits for the guys.
Maybe it's because I don't love what she was wearing, so I'm trying to believe that wasn't the engagement moment.
Yeah, that could be it.
I'm maybe just hoping.
I don't remember what thinking. I don't remember what she was
wearing. Red
lipstick
lipstick and a red dress.
Oh,
and her hair was in like a braid.
Oh, interesting.
Which I didn't love. So I was just thinking in my head, maybe that's not the engagement look.
Yeah,
might not. I mean,
it could also be. It could also be a psych out of maybe Gabby, just the last rose ceremony or something after Fantasy Suites. She just says, "I'm gone." You know,
right?
And that's a rose ceremony situation,
or it's one of those tricksters. She's not coming because
look. It did also seem like we might get an Eric.
She's running late.
It did seem like we might get an Eric Fantasy Suite if you're with another guy. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that part.
Yeah. So that could be a moment where she's like, well, fuck this.
I'm leaving with him.
Or leaving with no one.
Yeah, or I'm leaving with no one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you leave with him after if
she really loves him the most, maybe she's like, you know what, fine.
Unless she's already been with somebody else and they make Eric the last date on purpose.
True.
Whew.
A lot of scenarios here.
Truly.
A lot of scenarios. So we will be back next week to talk about Avon's last hometown. And I'm sure there'll be a rose ceremony before we see the Men Tell All, which I'm never very excited for.
And this group of guys seems like they like each other. So
yeah, I don't feel like there was really that much drama that they could stir up.
No villain
at this point.
No real villain.
Someone will stir up something because they all like everyone always jokes, it's a Paradise audition.
True.
What do you want to eat?
You know, he gets out of the boat. He says, "What do you want to eat?"
Ridiculous.
It was so funny.